This story begins with, well, this tandem. My friend Quinn and I had discussed buying a tandem for years now, but we weren't quite convinced that we'd like it. Luckily, our friend had this Santana, which is handcrafted in California. Thankfully, he let us ride it. So with a little bit of love and elbow grease, we got this thing running, which we decided to take on our weekly Thursday night group ride. The ride started off a little patchy as we needed a few adjustments on the tandem. After the minor delay, we had a blast. For anyone that knows Quinn and I, knows that if you put us in the same room, things can tend to get a little rowdy. Immediately after the group ride, we dismounted. I hopped on Facebook Marketplace and searched for some tandems. We found one all the way in Canal Winchester. My wife and I decided to take a little trip with our newly born son down to Canal Winchester and pick up the tandem. And I are going to quickly go over what we upgraded on our new tandem.
Alright, so if you come up front to the first cockpit, you'll find a new wheel, tire, tube, cable and housing, STIs, handlebars, handlebar tape, bottle cage, cranks, pedals, saddle, S-Works carbon handlebars. Why? Because we can. New bar tape, dummy STIs, 2 new bottle cages, rear chain, rear derailleur, rear tire tube and wheel, and a new cassette.
Quinn showed you a few modifications that we made on the tandem. I'm going to go into more of an in-depth look. So the biggest thing that we upgrade was the wheel set. Going from a basically original wheel set that was made in the early 90s to a wheel set that was developed in the roughly 2000 teens. Has a lot more of a substantial braking track, which is going to give us a lot more braking power. We also replaced the tires and tubes. The old ones were significantly dry rotted, which might lead to a blowout in the middle of the road, causing us to injure ourselves. Another huge thing that we upgraded were the shifters. Again, we got a little bit more modern with the shifters, having both upshift and downshift levers here rather than on the end of the drop bar. And of course, lastly, you can't forget the biggest upgrade on this bike, which is the riser S-Work handlebars. Like Quinn said, why? Because we can.
What do you think? 95 or 100?